Shalom. 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 I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing is true, in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakoya, from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with another impromptu lesson. And as you can see from the title of this lesson, now it's time more so than ever to be circumspect, and to be placing our trust in the Lord. Right now we're living in some very peculiar times, some very beautiful times at that, to where now that vision that was spoken about aforetime is now starting to speak, like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And the visions that our forefathers seen of peril, of destruction, of calamity, judgment, also mercy. All of these visions are now starting to speak in our day and age. It's a very beautiful thing, because with that comes the realization that our salvation is nearer than when we believe. And the huge topic in the earth right now is this whole ordeal that's taking place here in Babylon with ICE. I have a lot of these ICE agents who have been raiding warehouses, raiding job sites, neighborhoods, all right, and snatching up, rounding up Jakes, Negroes, Latinos, and natives, from, the respective tribes, and really sending them to these detention centers, these internment camps. They put on a front as if they've been deporting these different individuals, but the report is coming out that a lot of these individuals are being sent to detention centers. The word is escaping my mind right now. Concentration camps. The water Yahweh Shemel Rashad. A lot of these people are being sent to concentration camps and never heard of again. And this is a part of the peril, that we read about in the scriptures. The Lord said that there would be times where the enemy would come in like a flood, where they would come in like madmen, sparing none. That's in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. And right now we're living through that time. We're living through that time of the enemy coming in like a great flood. We're living in the time of where there's spoiling many, like madmen. And with that being said, for us to hopefully elect, now it's time more so than ever to be circumspect. Pay attention, because like it says in 1 Peter 5 and 8, the devil as a roaring lion is walking about, seeking whom he may devour. The devil is seeking for those who aren't paying attention, those who aren't following the warning signs that are continually being put out in the planet Earth. Talks of World War III, these talks of the different nations separating from America. All of these things are warning signs. The increase of crime, the increase of suicide and murder. All of these are signs. The storm and the tempest that the Lord continuously sends upon Babylon. All of these things are signs from on high. Scourges really for amendment. But through all these scourges, man, people aren't really paying attention. They're not paying attention at all. So it's of us, of the household of faith. It's on us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Rashad to be circumspect. And continue to put our trust in the Lord, because the Lord has back, man. The Lord is going to carry us through this. Lord willing, what He elect. The more and more that we put our trust in the Lord, the more the Lord delivers. And we're starting to see that personally. Every single time we place our trust in Yahweh Shemel Rashad, He's always came through. He's carried us up until this point. And Lord willing, what He elect, the Lord is going to carry us through this thing, man. I got to call, hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Rashad, Hashem Rakakwadash, Rakatha, Shalom, Kwan. I got a call today from my cousin, and she was speaking to me about an ICE raid that took place in Pine Hills, which, for those of you brothers who aren't familiar with the area of Orlando. Pine Hills is on the west side of Orlando, which is known to predominantly house, Israelites. It's the hood basically. And she was telling me about how one of her coworkers, her neighborhood got raided by ICE, and in the midst of them raiding their neighborhood, her internet shut off for about 6 hours. Even after they were gone, her internet was still off, for about 6 hours. And it really sparked up the inspiration for this lesson, because we're in that time to be circumspect, to be applying wisdom, to be applying the faith that we've been able to read, for these many years, man. We're in that time of applying the circumspection, applying the faith, applying Yahweh Shai to our. This thing of ours is actually going to turn a reality for everyone. It's a big deal for us, right now, because we believe, we have faith. But it's getting ready to be a big deal to everybody, even those who are not of the household of faith, because they're going to live through this great time of trouble too. They're going to live through the enemy coming in like a great flood. They're going to live through famine and pestilence. They're going to live through these different calamities that the Lord is sending. And through the Spirit, man, we got the best seat in the house, man. We got the best seat in the house. We really, brothers, we really are in the best case scenario regarding our faith, regarding our spirit, regarding our standpoint in the planet Earth, with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're in the best case scenario. A lot of these people are getting ready to bug out at what is getting ready to happen in the earth. I was looking at a couple of podcasts. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kudash, Barakatha, Shalom, Shemaiah, Shalom, bro. I was looking at a couple of podcasts, earlier today, and the common consensus amongst a lot of these Edomites is that their world is failing. That this is literally coming to an end, and nobody, none of these Edomites see a future in their own kingdom. They all know it's going to shit. They all know this place is getting ready to burn, crash and burn. And when this America crashes and burns, when all of this shit goes to hell, it's going to be complete carnage. Complete carnage. And the only ones who have a glimmer of hope through all of that is the elect, man. Those who put their trust and their faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And now it's time more so than ever to be trusting in the Lord. Now it's time more so than ever to be applying Yahweh Shai in each and every situation that we face in our lives. Now's the time. Because we're entering into game time, man. It's game time, brothers. We no longer sitting on the bench. This is real time, man. This is real. It's getting ready to get even realer from here on out. But as I say these things, one thing that I want you to always keep in mind as well through the Spirit is that these things are nothing to fear. These things are just something to understand through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because the Lord hasn't given us the spirit of fear. The Lord has given us a spirit of courage, of love, of faith. That's the type of spirit that we've received from Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. We haven't received the spirit of fear, and ultimately these things weren't created for those who are, pursuing Yahweh Shai, pursuing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. These things were created for the wicked. And the wicked are getting ready to get their just dues. We don't fear what's coming upon the earth. We understand it. And we understand that our way out is through the Lord. Lord willing, well elect. But now is more time than ever to be circumspect, man. Watching your surroundings. Watch how you conduct yourself in this world to bring no blame upon the ministry. No blame upon yourself. These people are impatient. Now's the time to be circumspect, man. Also now's the time to be applying Yahweh Shai and trusting more in the Lord. Leaning more on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, you know, in every single situation, speaking for myself first and foremost. But I just want to come with this quick exhortation, man. Lord, when this is edifying unto your elect, you know, brothers, we are in the best case scenario. You know, keep your heads up. All right, keep your heads up, because what's coming next is going to shock the world, man. What's coming next is going to shock the motherfucking world. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is getting ready to manifest his great power in the earth, man. He's getting ready to make his name known once again amongst the nations. This is the time we've been waiting for. All right, Yahweh Shai is getting ready to stamp his name in the earth, man. With that being said, shalom, stay up.